0, 1. Let's get started.
And a very, very good morning to you all. Welcome to another episode of the Black and White United Show. I'm your host, Andreas. Thank you for tuning in. We're making waves here with the new intro. Look, it's been a really good morning this morning, especially for the Greeks defeating England this morning. So shout out to all my English mates who are watching this. Anyway, so let's get straight to it. This is just going to be a bit of a general update and also what we're reporting on being our starting 23 next year if the trade does go through. Now, John Ralph reported last night that Collingwood are not prepared to trade pick 13 and pick 21 to the Power because it believes they would use pick 13 to get 19 and 22 off Sydney. In effect, getting three back-end first rounders for Houston. Only keen to trade 13 and Joe Richards. That's if they can get 13 and 21 off the Suns. I personally believe we won't get pick 21. We'll get their later pick in the 20s. I think that's where Gold Coast are a bit funny about it, regardless of what we're doing. But as I've said in all my other videos, we've got what they want. We've got Richards. We've got Noble. So I do think that all that's going to probably come into fruition. I wouldn't be surprised if, and this is not to put like anxiety or fear into anybody. I mean, for some reason, a lot of Collingwood supporters, me included, we're really paranoid about this trade because we know that how much he can. We know how much of a good player he is and what it could do for our side. Like, let's be real. Like, when was the last time that we got a big fish in the premium spot of his career? Like, this is a two-time All-Australian we're talking about. Yeah, so when was the last time that we got a player like this into the club? I mean, you can cast your eyes back until the early 2000s. I mean, when we got Shane Woden from Melbourne, a couple of years after he won a Brownlow, that was a big one. That 2003 season, he was really good for us. 04 was okay, then tapered away in 05, but we got that really good season out of him. Then you look at all the players that we've picked up from other clubs. I mean, I could be wrong here, but I don't really have anyone that's jumped out at me and said, and like I can say, Jesus Christ, we got a top elite footballer come to the club from another side. Like we've made them elite ourselves. I honestly can't remember. We've usually picked up players that are towards the back end of their career if they've moved to our club. Blake Carousella being one of them. Quinton Lynch being one of them. That was towards the end. I can't really think of anyone. If it does, pop it in the comments. Like, if we've picked up a big name player from another club in the prime of his career. We've been picked at the post by Carlton a few times, and the one that that got me was obviously when Nick Stevens went to Carlton from Port Adelaide. That trade was really. I don't know. That one was I think Port were offering because he said he wanted to come and there was all this bullshit about it, and then I do remember that they said, yeah, you can go to Collingwood, but we want Alan Didak back in return, and Collingwood said, nah, see you later, mate. Not happening. And then the other one there was probably Chris Judd. I remember when he went to Carlton, he went to Carlton, and I think Gary Pert was our person at the time doing all the talks and stuff, and we were pretty confident that we were to get him, and then he ended up going there, and that was also when I think Greg Swan went to Carlton from Collingwood, and it's a bit weird because Graham Wright's gone from Collingwood to Carlton now, and now there's a big fish ready to go, so I'm really hoping that we can get him. I'm hoping something gets announced today. So obviously there's a hold up with the picks, which is, what what I thought would happen. I thought that the picks would be also Collingwood's trying to position themselves to get, like, I know everyone's like, oh, just make it happen, but it's a bit harder than that. It's a bit harder than just making it happen, because we're also trying to grab another pick to put ourselves in a good position for the draft this year. So I can see the clubs going all in, not only to make the list better now, but also to have a say in the draft, which we're very aggressive this year. Like, we haven't been, and with not much capital. And this is why I'm so rapt at the club's doing. Even if we didn't land Houston, we're not giving a fuck. We're just like, no, this is like, we're really in, I wouldn't say we're in control, but we're being very stubborn. And it's good to see that, you know, we're doing it, but we're doing it strategically. I would expect something to come out today, if not by Monday morning, about the Houston stuff. I'm hoping something comes out now as I'm posting this video, and I post this, and then all of a sudden it's said that he's here. He did say, well, it's been reported that his preferred destination now is Collingwood. I mean, it's the Fox Footy, and I think Sam Emmon was saying he definitely does want to play for Carlton and stuff. Well, there's nothing's come to fruition there. So I'm hoping that it happens. I think everyone does, but it's just, he makes us so much better, and I think that's why a lot of our supporters are losing sleep over it a bit, because we've got Perryman, that's fantastic, and he's a big fish too. Trust me, he's gonna make us better. But Houston's the next level, and for us to have that is going to be absolutely massive in our side. I mean, we lose Noble, who's, you know, a pretty good defender on his day. Yeah, he has some stuff ups here and there, but he helped us big time the last few years, regardless if he played in the finals or not. So we're losing a good defender, but we're gaining someone a lot better, you know, in this. So let's just hope it happens. We'll hope we hear something today. I'm really confident. My 80% that I said in the last video has gone to 95% now, that it's going to happen. Hopefully North Melbourne don't come steaming home the last 200 metres of the Flemington Straight to do something stupid. But I don't think that's the case. I think we're in a really good position now for this. Also, if we were to... there's been a whole bunch of things posted with, like, you know, in the papers about, like, our best 23 in 2025. I was going to read it out, but you know what? I'm not going to get ahead of myself. I'm going to wait till this goes through and see what happens, because we've also got the Tomlinson side of things coming in. We've also got the Jack Hayes side of things coming in as well. But in a nutshell, there's a hold up on the picks. Collingwood are doing everything they can to try and absorb as much of the positive as we can, I suppose, and they're being very aggressive about it. So let's just see what happens today, and I'm sure could be another video posted tonight or tomorrow, but make sure you follow me on Instagram, because anything that happens out throughout the day, I'll be chucking on that straight away. As soon as we hear it, bang, it'll go on there. So please follow me on Instagram. I'll put the thing up here. It should pop up now. There you go. So give me a follow, and we'll go from there. I got to get ready for work, because I do work as well. But anyway, let's see what happens today. As always, call it as you see it. Leave your comments below, and go the Pies.